Good day everyone, especially to you Dr. Yakiber. My name is Jeah Rojo and today we're going to talk about the topic 7, which is the marketing and entrepreneurship. So before we proceed, we're going to run through the objectives. So by the end of the lesson, we would know how to acknowledge the role of the marketing and entrepreneurship, identify which marketing tool can be effective in the tourism and hospitality sector, and lastly is demonstrate marketing techniques in a daily basis. So the market. Potential customers can be identified as people who need or want the product or service, have the financial means to buy the product or service, or are willing to make the purchase. So a market can be defined as a group or groups of people or organizations that possess the following characteristics. First is the needs and wants that must be satisfied. Second is the financial resources to spend. Third is willingness to spend those resources. Next is what entrepreneurs should know about their potential customers and competitors. So first is we need to know the customer. So entrepreneurs must have a clear and detailed understanding of who their customers are. Second is know what the customer wants. Identifying and understanding customer needs and preferences is vital. This can be achieved through market research methods such as surveys, focus groups, and feedback forms. Third is know where the customer buys. So entrepreneurs need to understand the preferred purchasing channels of their customers. So some customers may prefer buying online due to convenience, while others may favor physical stores to inspect products before purchasing. Next is know when the customers buy. Understanding the timing of customer purchases can significantly influence sales strategies. Next is know how the customers buy. So the purchasing process customers follow is crucial information for entrepreneurs. This involves understanding the customer journey from awareness to consideration and finally the purchase decision. So understanding competitors. First is identify key competitors. Second is analyze competitors' strengths and weaknesses. Third is understand competitor strategies. Fourth is monitor market trends. And fifth is evaluate competitive advantage. So for identifying key competitors, entrepreneurs need to identify who their direct and indirect competitors are. Second is analyzing competitors' strengths and weaknesses, which is understanding what competitors are good at and where they fall short can help entrepreneurs position their offerings more effectively. Third is understand competitor strategies, which is knowing the strategies competitors use for marketing, sales, distribution, and customer engagement can provide valuable insights. 4. Monitor market trends, which is keeping an eye on industry trends and competitors' responses to these trends helps entrepreneurs stay ahead. And lastly is by evaluating competitive advantage, entrepreneurs must identify the unique selling proposition or USP that differentiates them from the competitors. The steps for a successful market plan. First is we do have to determine the needs of customers or a market research. So conducting through market research is the first step in understanding the target market. So this involves gathering data on customer preferences, travel behaviors, and expectations. Next is analyze competitive advantage or marketing strategy. So identifying and leveraging the business competitive advantage is essential for standing out in the competitive tourism and hospitality market. So this could involve offering unique experiences, superior customer service, or leveraging a prime location. Next is select specific markets to serve or target marketing. So after identifying the target market, the next step is to focus on specific market segments that the business can best serve. And lastly is determine how to satisfy those needs or marketing mix. Developing a comprehensive marketing mix is crucial for effectively reaching and satisfying the target market. This includes the 4 P's, which is a product, price, place, and promotion. So understanding the broader environment in which a business operates is crucial for identifying potential opportunities and threats. This involves 3 key steps. First is identifying environmental variables. So environmental variables are the factors that influence the market and can affect the business operations. Next is scanning environmental variables. Scanning involves systematically monitoring these variables to understand their current state and potential impact. Third is forecasting environmental variables, which forecasting involves predicting future changes in these variables based on historical data and current trends. Next is we do have the assessing the competition. First is identifying key competitors, and in tourism and hospitality, competitors might include other hotels, restaurants, tour operators, and online travel agencies. So identifying who they are and what they offer is the first step in assessing competition. Next is analyzing competitor strategies, which involves understanding the strengths and weaknesses of competitors, their market positioning, and their marketing strategies. And lastly is evaluating market share and performance. Assessing the market share and performance of competitors helps determine their influence in the market and the potential for capturing their market share. And we do have determining customer behavior. First is conducting market research. Market research can provide insights into customer preferences, spending habits, and travel motivations. Next is analyzing customer demographics and psychographics. Understanding who the customers are and why they behave a certain way helps in creating targeted marketing strategies. Next is tracking customer journey. Understanding the customer journey from the initial search to booking and post-visit feedback helps identify touch points where the business can improve service and enhance customer satisfaction. Next is we do have conducting traffic count and estimating demand. So for tourism and hospitality businesses, foot traffic and demand estimation are critical. For traffic count, conducting a traffic count involves measuring the number of people passing through a specific location. So this can help in identifying high traffic areas suitable for new business ventures, such as placing a tourist information center or a new restaurant in a bustling tourist district. Second is demand estimation, which estimating demand involves predicting the potential volume of customers for a product or service. So we do have key elements of marketing strategies. First is identifying target markets. That is the first step in developing in a marketing strategy. It is to identify the target markets. So next is tailoring product offerings, which once the target market is identified, the business must tailor its products and services to meet the specific needs and preferences of these customers. Third is optimizing processes. So efficient and customer-friendly processes are critical in delivering a seamless experience. Next is effective distribution channels. So choosing the right distribution channels is essential for reaching the target market. Fifth is strategic promotional efforts, which promotional activities must be designed to resonate with the target market. Sixth, and lastly, is exceptional service, which providing exceptional service tailored to the target market's needs can set a small business apart from larger competitors. So we do have key methods of segmentation. First, geographic segmentation. Geographic segmentation divides the market based on physical locations such as countries, regions, cities, or neighborhoods. Second is customer segmentation. Customer segmentation involves identifying groups of people who are most likely to buy the product or service before trying to attract new customers. Next is we do have the importance of target marketing. First is efficient resource allocation. Second is personalized marketing messages. Third is competitive advantage. And lastly, increased customer satisfaction. Next is understanding the marketing mix. First is we do have the product. The product element of the marketing mix refers to the goods or services offered by a business to meet the needs and desires of its target market. Next is the price. Price is the amount customers are willing to pay for the product or service. Next is place, or distribution involves the locations and channels through which the product or service is made available to customers. Fourth is promotion. It encompasses the activities and strategies used to communicate the product's benefits and persuade potential customers to make a purchase. Next is people. People refer to everyone involved in the service delivery process, from frontline staff to management. Six is process. The process element involves in the procedures, mechanisms, and flow of activities by which services are provided. And lastly, the physical layout. It refers to the physical aspects of the business environment that affects the customer experience. Next is analyzing the competitors. First is we do have the market growth potential. So one of the first questions to address is whether the market is expanding or contracting. A growing market suggests opportunities for new entrants as there is increasing demand that can accommodate additional businesses. Next is differentiation from competitors. Understanding how your product or service offers from those of competitors is crucial. And lastly is identifying unserved market segments, which is determining whether there are market segments that remain underserved or unaddressed is key to establishing a niche for your business. So we do have sources of information for market analysis. First is the secondary data sources. We do have industry reports and market research studies, government publications and statistics, academic research and journals, business and trade magazines, and lastly, online databases and digital resources. So we do have also primary data sources, which are survey and questionnaires, interviews, focus groups, observations, experiments, and trials. So there are tips for conducting an effective market survey. First is minimize personal bias. Personal bias can distort the results of a market survey. So to mitigate this, approach the survey with an objective mindset and strive to gather information impartially. Next is be patient and persistent. Gathering comprehensive information requires time and persistence. Third is maintain confidentiality. Protect the privacy of the information collected by ensuring that survey responses are not shared with unauthorized individuals. Fourth is record information promptly. Immediately document the information collected during the survey to ensure accuracy. Fifth is focus on question sequencing and engagement. The sequence of questions and the level of respondent engagement play a critical role in the success of the survey. Lastly, inquire about the competition. So understanding how your competition is perceived by respondents that can provide valuable insights. Steps to know the competitors. So first is identify the possible competitors. So we have direct competitors and indirect competitors. Second is analyze firms that have started within the past 2 years. So go through the business models, market reception, the challenges and successes. So third is analyze competitors' business. So analyze their product or service offering, their pricing strategies, marketing and sales strategies, and customer experience. And lastly is compare proposed business against the competition. So go through the strengths and weaknesses, market positioning and opportunities and threats. So there are different kinds of demands. First is the historical demands, which identify the trends, evaluates the performance, and benchmarking. We do have also a current demand, which provides market analysis, competitive position, and consumer preferences. Also, the project demand, which are the trend analysis, forecasting methods, and strategic planning. And also potential demand, which involves market expansion, innovation, and growth opportunities. Also, we do have satisfied demand, which provides consumer satisfaction, market share, feedback, and improvement. And lastly, the unsatisfied demand, which provides the market gaps, opportunity identification, and consumer feedback. So for supply, we have 3 different kinds of supply. First is the historical supply, which identify trends, evaluate performance, and benchmarking. For second is the current supply, which involves market analysis, inventory management, and competitive position. Third and lastly is project supply or projected supply, which provides forecasting methods, trend analysis, and strategic planning. We also have tools and techniques in forecasting. So the first is we have the naive method model. This is the simplest forecasting method where the forecast for the next period is equal to the actual value of the current period. Next is the simple mean or average model, which this method calculates the forecast by averaging past data points. Third is simple moving average model. This technique involves calculating the average of a set number of past periods to forecast future values. Fourth is weighted moving average model. And unlike the simple moving average, this model assigns different weights to past dates points, giving more importance to recent observations. And lastly, the simple linear regression, which this uses a statistical approach to model the relationship between a dependent variable and one independent variable. So selecting the appropriate forecasting tool depends on the specific needs and characteristics of the business. So there are three constraining elements in projected market share determination. First is we do have the results from the survey questionnaire. So the survey data provides insights into customer preferences, behaviors, and potential demand. However, survey results may be limited by factors such as sample size, response bias, and accuracy of the data collected. Second is we do have the conservatism rate. The conservatism rate refers to the cautious approach taken when estimating market share. Third and lastly is a capacity building, which involves assessing and developing the resources, skills, and infrastructure needed to meet market demands. Limited capacity can constrain a business' ability to capture a larger market share. So understanding these constraining elements is essential for making informed and realistic market share projections. So by addressing survey limitations, incorporating a conservatism rate, and focusing on capacity building, businesses can better estimate their potential market share and plan accordingly. These considerations ensure that market share protections or projections are both achievable and aligned with the business' actual capabilities and market conditions. So that would be all for this topic. I have learned something. Thank you so much for watching.